Hello and welcome to this episode of Effective Websites. When a template is first installed, it takes a little bit of time to set it up and make it fully functional. In this lesson, we'll be doing the initial setup of a backend for your website. First, let's go to the back end of our new website by typing in your web page address and administrator. It should look like this: http yourwebpage.org/administrator. Now, look down here at the bottom right, and you'll notice that a new version of Joomla is available. It's in red. In Joomla, if it's in red, it needs attention. Before we click on it, let me remind you of something we spoke about very early in our videos. Joomla is always in the process of updating its software in the effort to make it more functional and more secure. If for no other reason than security, it's important to update your website every time you see that an update is available. Many times, this is weekly. In this instance, we'll be going through a couple of updates to the Joomla operating system before we're totally up to date. First, click on the Update Now, and a new screen will appear letting us know a Joomla update was found. Click on Install the Update, and when it comes up, you see an entirely different screen. If we wait a minute, we find another update is available. Let's update again by clicking on Update Now, then install the template. This is going to take just a moment, so be patient. You'll see a progress bar in the top left. When it disappears, click on Purge Cache, then go to the top left and click System, Control Panel. The view on the screen has now changed considerably, and guess what? On the bottom left, we see that still another update is available. So guess what we do now? Click Update Now. And this time we see it's a web links extension package. Check the little box on the left, then go to the top and click on Update. We have an error message letting us know that we're going to have to do this one manually. In the pinkish bar on the top, click on the link. We're going to save this to our FTP folder that we created earlier. Now that it's been downloaded, let's go ahead and install it. Go to Extensions, Manage, choose File. We'll select the Web Links package, click Open. We now have the message that it's been installed successfully. While we're on this page, let's do another thing that will save us a lot of time later on. Go up to Extensions, Manage, and click. And there at the top, there's a little box that says Add Install from Web tab. Click on that. On the left-hand side, you can see the Categories column. I'll let you explore that on your own. It is fascinating to see how many thousands of extensions there are there, and at the time that this video was produced, there were a little over 10,000. But we are going to add a few other extensions for your site, partially to give you some practice and help you feel comfortable, partially because they are so very useful, and partially because we're going to be talking about them in upcoming videos and installing them to your site. First one will be Akiba Backup. Click on Akiba, Install, Install. It'll take a moment, and then you'll be notified that it was successfully installed. Next, we'll go to JCE Editor. Click on JCE. Install, Install. And again, we'll see that it was successfully installed. Next is our events calendar, and that'll be the J Events calendar. Click on J Events, Install, Install. Close out of that. The next module is going to be a cache cleaner. Again, we click on Cache Cleaner, Install, Install. We're going to add another one that you're going to find helpful too, called blank component. This one is a little different than the others in that you're going to need to go to the Joomla extensions directory listed below and do this one manually. We're going to open up a new tab, and here's the web address that we'll be going to. Scroll down to Download and click where it says Blank Component. Click Download. Go back to Extensions, Manage, and this time click on Upload Package File. Click Choose File. Go to the com_blank zip file and click on that. Then click Upload and Install. And a couple more things. 2 lessons ago, you downloaded 2 modules from Shape5. Let's go ahead and upload those 2. We go to Extensions, Manage, and this time, instead of Install from Web, click on the Upload Package file at the top of your screen. Click on Choose File. Select News Ticker, and then Open. Click the Upload and Install. Good. Next, we do the same thing with the media player. And this time, click on Choose File, select News Ticker, and then click Open. Click on Upload and Install. Let's do one more thing before closing today. Let's quickly set up your social media accounts. If we go to the front page of your future website, you'll notice that there are 4 social media icons: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and an icon for something called RSS, which stands for Really Simple Syndication. And we'll cover RSS more fully in a bonus video. But when we click, a new screen appears and it's blank. Let's link those icons with some social media. Let's start at our back-end control panel. Then navigate to Extensions, Template Manager. And since the name of the template that we're using is Soul Search, we'll click on that. And we are now on what's called the Theme Specific page. If we go down a little on the left-hand side, you'll see Facebook URL, Twitter URL, Google+ URL, and RSS URL. Now, to give you an idea how this works, we'll just do one as an example. We'll go to a social media page that I have open, the Habitat Nicaragua page. We'll copy the web address and then return to the back end. Now we simply paste the address for Habitat in the appropriate box, and in this case it's the Facebook box. We'll save it, go back to the front end, so we'll refresh our page, then click on our Facebook icon, and great, it works like a charm. Then just repeat the process for the other social media accounts that you have. Go to the account, copy the web address, paste it into the appropriate box, and save it. It's that easy. But what happens if you don't have any social media accounts that you want to point to? If that's the case, you have 2 choices. You can either open up the accounts that you want or remove the icons from your website. If you don't have any of these social media accounts, you should probably just delete the word JavaScript in the boxes, and the icons will disappear from your site. Then at some future time, if you do have those social media accounts, just copy and paste those links into these spaces, and your icons will magically reappear. Let's save that, go to the front end and refresh, and we can see that the buttons are no longer visible. Let's call that good for now and go back to our control panel. Click on System, Control Panel. We're not seeing any further updates at this time. So before signing off, let me remind you of something very important. Checking for updates should be the very first thing that you do every time you open your web page. Sometimes extensions are updated because of various improvements. Other times it's to fix a security issue. In either event, you should check your website's back end for updates at least on a weekly basis. So your Joomla is up to date, and in the next lesson we'll show you how to make certain that your Shapefile vertex is up to date. That's it for now. Goodbye.